Okay, here we go. Here's the track plan that we developed for Todd, and his space was 11 by 21 and a half. So also here is a 3D version, so you might visualize how it's going to fit in his room. Okay, now we'll start off with the bench work. We have all the frames in place, they're all leveled now. And there's the start of the staging yard down below. And there's one of the helix modules, making sure that it fits. And as we build the helix to fit in, it's a 3.5% grade, which Marklin trains can definitely climb with no problem. There it is set. And there's the staging tracks below, the 3 staging tracks. And there's, we're laying out the track for the top. And now we're also did all the rises at this point for it. So there's a view of the whole layout with all the track on it. There's a yard with the finished bumpers on it. Small yard. There's a drawer that we have the control station in. Central Station. There it is. Marklin CS3 Plus. And we add the signals now at this point. Make sure they're all tested and working. And now we go on to phase 2. Starting of the scenery. There's a riverbed that we made. And here's another river with the bridge going over and the mountain scenery started with the foam. We'll be doing the carving of the foam. We'll be adding plastic cloth, as you can see in this shot. And now we're starting the fascia. As you can see, the rubber rocks are there now. We're adding, and there's a bunch of the rubber rocks there. We added to the mountains. Make sure that the passenger cars clear the canyon. And now we started coloring the ones that we made with the plaster. And here you can see a little bit of the road cover, ground foam going. We got some fields started. And you can see from this shot all the fascia is up. And this shot is the actual staging yard fascia. And you can see the slits where all you have to do is push and the doors will open. There's more ground foam going on now. This is pretty much getting to the finishing point here, where we have now the buildings up and the lights on. And here we built this small airstrip. Next is a station with the side passing that we have. And there's a fuel depot there. You can see that pretty much a lot of the scene is in place at this point. All the ground foam, the ballast is on, the tracks. And you can see from this shot we had painted the fascia the color he wanted. And there is no trees there because Todd's going to add all those details. He'll add the automobiles and the people to the streets. Well, let's test the train. Now a lot of phase 1 is done. Not complete yet, but most of it is done. So let's take a tour with this engine. Well, that completes our loop, so we'll have Jonathan take you through the next tour.
A little update of how things are looking for the layout. As you can see, you got some buildings mocked up, but mostly you'll see that the signals are installed here. So those are all installed. Got more of the central station with all the signals in place. And uncouplers are installed. So that's all done. Got all the detection blue wires are run as well for right here. This is where the sensors are, and most of these buildings are in place here. Also working on the overhead lighting so you can see the trains.
All right, starting phase 2 work on the Marklin layout. And Scott over here and coming up with the starting to do the mountain and a river. Look at that. Starting to work around the helix too, Scott?
Yep. Get in there.
All right. Still got a little bit to do, but we're getting there. All the signals are in. And the CS is in the drawer. So we are getting there. All right, let's get all the fascia up. And starting to get some more up here going. Got some of the more carving done in the river. There's Bob working on a road. Paving today?
Road right there. Paving. No, I'm sanding.
Sanding?
Sand
Sanding.
road.
Sanding.
Get the river in.
And getting the river in. Bob's sculpted mountains here. And got this riverbed ready. And all the doors are in. Bill's got all the fascia all set, as I said. Look at Bill. He's putting in the model. Watch out for the signal, my friend.
Yep, I see it.
All right. All right, Todd. So that's a little update for today.
Oh, okay.
It's for Todd. Video update.
Oh, I'm doing static grass. So.
Doing static grass today.
Yeah, a little bit.
Jay's working on this area over
Yeah.
here.
We started the scene back there with the city, with Jonathan, all the buildings, so he's getting all that wired back there right now. But
Jonathan's got that.
we
Yeah.
married that over with the roadway down to the yard area. We also did the hill here, which is where the water tower goes. So it'll be up there like that. It's going to look very nice. We just have that off right now. And then yesterday, well, over the last week anyways, we're getting all that done. Scotty's gotten all the grass in. We're doing more of it right now. Over the last couple of days, getting all the scenic base down. And then just locating all the buildings.
Give us an update on what Bobby did over here on this side. Looks
Alright,
like
so Bob extended
the roads look like they're done.
Yeah, I did all this area in here. So we got all the roads. he extended the base out so you can fit more planes. There's your runway over here. Messerschmitts everywhere. Incoming! Ah! And then, yeah, so he's gotten all the roads ready to go. We've roaded in and located the buildings. So he's got a lot of this all ready to go. It just needs to get kind of glorified a little bit, but we at least got the beginnings down. Got all this area finished up. So it's starting to really take hold.
We need to get
We got the base over here started, so.
We need some greenery and
Yeah, we're good, you know, this is just to get a good base going. And we're just getting into the back section right now, so getting a scenic base down. Scotty's finishing up the station. We've got the headquarters here for anyone that's bad at the station. And we'll just start working on this, sculpting molding, getting all that done.
all right.
There you go.
Thanks for the update, Jay.
Indeed.
Jonathan, so you're getting the wires up in the back of this module.
Yep. It's gonna be a lift out to get to the helix. So with all the city on top, instead of being you know, something you have to unplug, you know, there's gonna be these little contacts that will just, it will fit in, and you don't have to worry about any wires if you need to lift it off and go to get to the helix to clean the track or anything like that. So that way it just lifts off, and you can put it down and then put it back when you're done, and you don't have to worry about the lights.
Okay.
Be aware.
All right. As we pan the layout, we still got a lot of blue tape on. Gotta clean up the track. Noise. All right, we're running.
Okay. All right. So this is a video for Todd to show the events programmed of the trains. So just, and they're pretty simple, just so that you get a taste of what you can do with the events here. So right now I'm on stop, so I'll turn the power to the layout on. So all the lights come on, including the signals. And so you can see where the automated, where the events are under this tab, events. And what the events do is it uses the current
You have
sensors.
to show me again because I wasn't focused on you when you said the tab.
The events tab right here. You got a nice glare in the picture there for it. That's where you'll be going to do the automated runs. And what they do is they use things like the current sensors, like this yellow one right here. That means that there's a train on there. You can see the train right here. That's where he is. And if they're gray, that means they're open. But anyway, it uses those to sense where the train is and trigger turnouts and signals and things like that to throw. So if we go under events, we have it brings up a whole nother window here that you can move around. And what I did was I made a couple different events for you. Two of them are what I call a figure 8. So there's one on the east side and the west side. So basically over here, this train over here will make a loop around just up top here, just the main line up top, and return into that yard track. And then there's another train on that side that will just make a little loop around the layout as well. And then I have ones that are in the staging yard. 2 trains in the staging yard going east and westbound. And they'll come up the helixes and they'll all make their way over and stop right here in front of the station, both of them, and the passing siding. And then they'll continue on back down the other opposite helix and back to where they started. So they're pretty simple, but you'll notice as it goes along. So you could do them individually. So this is figure 8 west side, which means
I have to move over to you for the glare.
sure.
There you go.
So figure 8 west side, that would be over where the airport is. Figure 8 on the east side, that's where the city and yard is. So you could do them individually, or I have the dual figure 8, which runs both of them simultaneously. So I'll do this, and all you do is tap play. And now the trains are going. The other train doesn't have sound. Just turn off the back. Just turn around here. Okay.
Signals are going the wrong way.
There you go.
Signals are lit the wrong way.
There's him, he's coming around here. There we go. So he's stopped. All right. So those were just the figure 8s that just stay up on the top level. And you can do that, and if you wanted to just keep them running on that loop, all the switches would be thrown after you do that event. So you could just manually turn up the dial for each train, and they could just run around if you, just want something running while you're working on something else. But anyway, so now we have also what I call a master loop, just to name it something, which is the trains going all the way around the layout, the perimeter of the layout from the staging yard. So that's loop 1, and this is loop 2. Now it's actually a continuation. So this is half of its schedule, and this is the second half. So you would start with master loop 1, and I'll press play. And here they come out of the staging yard. So as it makes its way around the layout, it trips different current sensors. Then the turnouts ahead of it will throw, and the signals behind it throw, and things like that. So they're making their way up the layout, and they're going to meet at this station here and stop. Takes a little while to get up the helixes.
fire jet. And they'll stop at the stations on
Yep.
both sides.
Red signal. So currently that signal is red, but the train power throttle is actually still up. But because the signal's a stop red, it cuts off the power to the track in front of it. And the same will happen with this guy. Now he overshoots it a little. I'll have to drop a second off the wait time on that. But anyway, so they're here and they're waiting. Now what they're waiting for you to do is do the second loop, which is Did you answer that?
No, I'm still shooting you.
Okay, great. All right, master loop 2 is the continuation of that. Now you can also you can see if I tap this little arrow here, you'll see what it does. Now what it's running is 2 individual events simultaneously. Loop 2, loop 4, just what I labeled them. So if I close that, you can see, like say for this train, you can see everything that is going to happen when you hit play. Every time it gets to one of these current sensors, it will stop and wait until it turns yellow. Once it does, it triggers everything afterwards up until the next one and waits until that turns yellow. So that's how those work. So I'll hit master loop 2 and the trains will continue back to the staging yard. So green signals. Train over here is about to enter that.
So he's done his staging loop.
Yep. That's it. So those are just some big mainline loops around the whole layout for 2 trains in the staging yard, and then a couple mini loops for up top that can hang out in the yards or the passing areas. So so that's what we got so far for when it comes to the events, and So you can make up as many as you want, really. Chain as many of them together as you want. There's a lot you can do with it. So that's that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, these are lit up now. Street lights are in. J.
Floodlight location here.
Next
Coming in.
floodlight. Yeah.
I repaired that one so it can work.
Yeah.
And he's sending a second one.
Which will go there.
Yeah. Then we got street lights, building lights.
All set.
Yeah.
Even a crane light.
Crane light. Yep. Yep. Getting this guy down.
Yep. All the signals are working.
Yeah. Water mill. Tower.
Oh,
Lights.
the watermelon, okay, yeah.
Waterfall. That.
All right, here's the layout installed at the client's house now. So I'll show you a little bit of the finished look. And then I'll have Jonathan run some trains with the scenarios that he had developed back at the shop earlier. This would be the part where the trains would go to the station. They'll meet at the station on both sidings. Here they go, the staging tracks. Well, if you wanted to check out what was happening in the helix, you just open this door, and there's the train going up, and you can see plenty of room for getting the trains if something went wrong. And here they come and meeting at the station at this point in time. And they're going to come along. You'll see them stop by the signals. And there we go. Now Jonathan's going to start the next sequence, which will bring him back down to the staging. Here we go.
You know what? No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I would just leave it.
He didn't make any backdrops for Todd because he's going to have a professional artist come in and actually paint the type of backdrop scenes he would like. Here goes the train. And through the tunnel. Now the train stopped because it's actually got a red light at the signal. So Jonathan's going to show you how you just release the signal and then it will continue to go on its way. Now the trains are actually heading back down to the staging, and this is going to be the end of the sequence for them. We'll actually cut this one a little short because it takes a little time, but here comes the train, as you can see, down from the helix. It's going to meet up with the other one here in the staging, and that's where we're going to have them actually stop, and that will be the end of the sequence. And here comes the second train, and as you can see, it's coming right to a stop right here. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed Todd's layout.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, and also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll be up to date when we post a new video. If you want to see more, check out some of the other videos on this channel. And also visit our website, slatrains.com. There you'll find updates on the current projects we have going on now, and also contact information so that you can reach out to us and we can start building your dream model railroad.